And thank God it's Friday. And this is welcome to another day. And today, without wasting much of your time, how has your day been? And I trust that the week has been very great and you have had so many remarkable progress in your journey. And like I've titled this very special session, Excuses that keeps us invincible. Excuses that keeps us invincible. I want you to take a look at excuses, the word excuse. And many a time when we look at a quote, I remember a quote that normally comes to mind when I look at this subject. It says, when it comes to money making activity, that quote says, you cannot make excuse and make money at the same time. And I think I quite understand and can agree with that statement, because many a time when we look at reasons why we don't get our job done, like we have a lot of procrastination, idea, stuff that needs to be got, that are supposed to have been done, that are not done. One of the critical thing and one of the most very common excuses that we give is because our life happened, this happened, that, and in that space of giving those excuses, we have every reason to justify why we could not get those tasks done. And can I shock you that most of the time when we go and live on those excuses, one of the most funniest part of what that thing does for us is that we look for validation. We look for people that will come in a way to come and agree with that sentiment that, oh, actually, this is the reason why. And sometimes those excuses can be legitimate. Sometimes there may be very valid reason why those things happen, to delay us or to not get us, allow us to do whatever we have set ourselves or set apart to do. But one thing I want to do today, based on the progress I've been able to make, that I also want to share with you, is the fact that there will never be a time that we will be excluded, or that we will ever have any reason why our excuses will not be genuine. But one of the things that will help you, and that has helped me, is when you begin to give reason why you will never allow, the reason why you will not permit any excuse to be valid around you. That when you have set your mind ahead to do something, that you are committed, that you cannot be separated from you carrying out that assignment. See, I look at this subject in two ways. What are those things I have said I'm going to do in life? Let's look at it this way. You can relate to somebody that decides to write a book, aspiring authors. Okay, I want to write a book. Let me tell you, sometimes you see people talk about, oh, I am not good enough. I don't have good English. I don't have the command of English. I don't have the best words to use to package or to use to express myself. And let me shock you with this. This is one of the excuses that I have also given myself. But what if I tell you that you don't need to be an English major or a professor of English, a professor of literature or whatever, or to have gone to school to study that subject before you can write a book? The reason is simply put, there are experts, there are people whose major preoccupation, whose major honor, whose major desire in life is that area. They have gone to school to study how to write. That is why the only reason you can imagine is if you have a story, you have a pain, you have a past, you have something you can pass across, you have an expertise to share. There will never be any reason why you will not want to share that to your world, because it will be a greatest disservice to your world if you have a wisdom and you have something inside of you and you are not willing to share it. It's like you are robbing. It's like you have been given something and you decide to go and hide it or bury it. So I want us to see it. So that is very easy. So the excuses that keep us invisible in life are the one we ourselves create, the one we allow, the one we also make our mind to go ahead and be declaring. Some of them are not valid. Look at this statement. I used to tell myself, okay, I don't have, look at two different scenarios. I was born and bred in Nigeria, and I traveled to the country, to the state. And basically, if you want to judge me by that, there's no how I want to speak English that I'm going to look like an American, because I was not born here. But if you look at it now, if I use that excuse to be the reason why I will not be doing what I'm doing, what will you say? Oh, because I have asset. And I want you to look at yourself. What are those top 3 excuses? What are those excuses you have told yourself that you have used to excuse yourself away from accepting the responsibility, to accept to go ahead and do what you know has been written inside of you to do? That is one thing I want to leave with every one of you that is listening now. What are those excuses that you have given yourself? I don't have time. I'm not good enough. My language is not sweet. No one will read. I remember that. Who will read my story? Will anyone ever think of reading my story? My story is not that genuine. It's not that real. It's so small. It's so little. I don't have much going on. What are those excuses? I want you to ponder and look inward into your life. Look at the beginning of this year when it started. Look at some of the greatest desire and those inspiration or aspiration, those vision, those goals that you have set aside, that you have told yourself that come December 31st or come this part of the year, come the week to my birthday or that you have told yourself that you're going to get done. I want you to see on what that excuse that you have told yourself, you have told your world, you have accepted that is the reason why you are who you are. And the example I wanted to give is, if you look at 2 people that are giving birth to in Africa, look at it. Let's imagine I happen to be a twin, and my twin sister was left in Nigeria, and I happened to travel to China. By virtue of those 2 decisions, we came out from the same womb, came out from the same father, came out from the same mother, came out from the same environment, come out of the same country, same village, the same hometown. But there's just 2 things. At age 12, we were separated by environment. So my twin sister happened to find herself in China, and I'm in Nigeria. Do you know what is going to happen? Because of that singular separation, by the time we are going to be converging or meeting, let's say 5 years after, what do you think is going to happen? She's going to start speaking. By that time, she must have started to speak the Chinese language, because there's no how she will be able to commit. There's no how she's going to relate. There's no how she's going to communicate without her getting to learn how to speak that language. And that is just the simple analogy I want to give you. So when life comes, when life happens, some of the things and some of the excuses we gave ourselves, you will discover that you will just have to develop how to survive. So survival becomes the first and utmost thing. So she's going to discover that for me to survive in this country that I found myself, I've got to learn their language. And that will be the first thing she's going to commit to. And she's going to go away from any form of excuse that is going to stop her from doing what? From being able to speak that language, because you know her survival in that state, in that country, depend on it. And I want you to look at it. What is that excuse you are giving to yourself? I remember that mine was, I want to be Polish. I need enough line. I need enough time to be Polish, to be able to speak the Polish English. Oh, I need enough time to be able to arrange all my thoughts, all my line, to be able to get a very big, a special video, a special app that will help me to talk out my words. Whatever it is. See, the cost of you not showing up, the cost of you leaving your story undone, of you leaving your goals undone, of you leaving that vision unattended to, is that you are leaving so many people in the dark. You are living lives, you are living generations, you are leaving people in the dark. Those people that are supposed to benefit from your cause, from that program you have said you are going to do, from that wisdom you have. Maybe you are very good at AI, you have so many expertise that you can share, and you refuse to share it. You're thinking, oh, maybe when I get to age 30, I will start. Oh, because my 9 to 5 is always busy, so I will think about starting when I retire. Can I shock you? How many people are you robbing of your decision for not starting? And the encouragement I have today for you is to make your day count, to make your today count, to make this year count, to make this month count. Before the end of this month, make it count by committing to doing something so important in line with the goal and the vision and aspiration you have set yourself. This is what I have in mind to share with you, that every excuses that you keep giving yourself, you are taking yourself away from being visible. And in the life and the time we are living in, the best way you can become so visible is when you choose to come out. So I don't like to be on camera. Do you know you can be on some YouTube channel that you don't need your voice, you don't need your face, you don't need to be on camera? Do you know you can record and be on a podcast, and you can use your voice to record and to teach and to talk about anything you want to talk about? And when you begin to see that, you will now begin to see the reason why many of the time the excuses we are giving ourselves is the reason why we have not become visible. Is the reason why our world has not patronized us. Is the reason why we have not been able to do everything we have set in our heart to do. So I want you to tell yourself and promise yourself today that I will no longer remain invisible, that I will no longer keep on hiding, that I'm going to come out of my hiding and give it a try. And I promise you, if you give it a try, you will be surprised at where you will be. Because the first thing, that you will no longer be where you used to be. It is in the trying that you begin to see, oh, these are the steps. These are the things I need to master. These are the people I need to reach out to. These are the things that I need to do. And when you have mentors, you have guidance, you have people that are around you that can guide you in the right path. Not negative environment, not negative people, not people that will shut down your dream, not people that will give you the very reason why you should not start. When you begin to embrace this, you will be shocked at what your life will turn to. And so for this, I'm going to be still talking more about the excuses that is making us not visible. And may God deliver you and I from every of those excuses, and may we start making our day count. That beyond all of the excuses, we are going to take the courage to give it the first step, to give it the first try, and to see what will become and what will come out of that. This is where I'm going to be stopping. I'm going to be dropping a link to the special training that I'm going to be having next weekend, August 1st. And it is all about 7 mistakes that is keeping you visible. 7 mistakes and the steps you can take to come out of every of those steps. And it will be my honor to have you, people in my community, to join me. It's a free event, and I will be dropping the link on how you can join to be part of it. Thank you, Da Best. Appreciate you. Thank you, Dam Witty. You are the best. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Thank you.